The book is a guide to losing weight, building muscle, and dealing with all of the challenges that come along the way. Different. This book looks into many of the difficulties that many of us face when it comes to losing weight and gaining muscle. And a lot of these include why so many people find it hard to stay on a diet for more than a month or two, why dieters often start losing weight in the beginning only to hit weight loss plateaus later on. The most common one is the cravings that you get, the hunger pangs that many people start to develop towards the end of a diet. And it's usually at that stage when you start to see all the weight just come back with a vengeance. A lot of people tend to give up at that stage. But in this book, I explain not only why that's the case, but how to deal with it, how to break through weight loss plateaus without starving yourself or getting depressed. This book is really for anybody, to be honest. Anyone who's unhappy with their physique or who's struggling to lose weight, um, this book would be really beneficial for them. It's also beneficial for those who are constantly going on diets and hitting weight loss plateaus every time. Those who can't get rid of love handles, stubborn fat areas, which they're really finding hard to shift. On the other hand, if you're a little bit skinny and you're looking at bulking up, this book is also going to be applicable to you if you want to lay down some hard muscle. Yeah, so this all really started in my 20s because at one point I was actually 18 stone and 28% body fat. I had a massive stomach with love handles for company. I couldn't look in the mirror. I couldn't leave home without feeling depressed. I had a girlfriend at the time who used to compare me to Homer Simpson. In that fact, that's probably part of the reason why she left me. The point is that I can relate to so many people out there who are struggling to lose weight or people who have lost weight in the past only to gain it back again. And because I've been there and done that, it's something that I can really relate to. It's really disheartening when you lose a whole load of weight, start to feel good about yourself, and then watch it come back with a vengeance. So, me being a classic problem solver, I saw that there was a problem with me, and I decided to find a solution. Yeah, so what I did is I was on a mission to work towards a physique I was actually happy with, and I didn't know where to start. I felt like I was driving a car with no set destination. So in the beginning, I started reading some random articles from muscle and fitness magazines. I then joined my local gym, which is called Genesis. It's a gym in West London. It's one of those hardcore, no-nonsense, old-school gyms. The moment you walk in there, you see these big, massive guys. I mean, here I am, 6'2", 18 stone, and up until that point, I felt like I was this like big monster of a man. But the moment I walked into the place, I felt like I was like nothing, because I was training with professional athletes, bodybuilders. I became friends with a lot of them. As I said, I trained with a lot of them, and I learned a lot from them. But even then, I still wasn't getting the results I was looking for. It really changed when I decided to do something I always wanted to do, which is study nutrition. And I went to King's College in London, and I did a degree in nutrition, and I learned a lot about the fundamentals and the science behind essentially muscle gain and fat loss. And I started to implement everything that I learned into my training sessions and into my nutrition. And that's when I started to get the results I really, really wanted. Yeah, the inspiration really came from my own experience, struggling to lose weight for 5 years and then going from literally 28% body fat to 15% in around 10 weeks, something that many people said was impossible. But the true inspiration really came from other people, to be honest. As you can imagine, I lost all this weight in a relatively short time period. And then all of a sudden, I had people coming up to me asking me what I did. I told them, and they applied the same principles to what they were doing, and they ended up achieving similar results. And it's a great feeling when you're able to genuinely help people who are really struggling to stay on a diet or break through plateaus. And that's why, by writing this book, I was able to reach out to more people. So the challenges I faced, the real challenge, and there were many challenges, but the real challenge was confining this book to just over 100 pages. Because it was always my intention for the book not to exceed 100 pages. The problem was that whilst preparing for the book, I went through a ton of medical journals, research papers. I must have read over 20 books relating to diet and fitness. And on top of that, I interviewed personal trainers, professional athletes, bodybuilders, a few powerlifters. And of course, on top of that, there was my own personal journey. So by the time I was actually ready to write the book, I had literally thousands of pages of material to filter through. And so it was really a challenge to confine it all to 100 pages. But at the same time, I wanted the book to be very relevant, very informative. I wanted it to be interesting. I wanted to capture the reader. And above all, I wanted it to be simple. I didn't want it to be complicated, use too much science jargon, and I didn't want it to be all wishy-washy. I wanted it to be a relatively concise account, and hopefully I was able to achieve that.